This introduction to Microsoft Access and databases is intended for students who have no experience with databases and who are probably just beginning to learn the programs in Microsoft Office. To begin, we need to consider some definitions. First, what is a database? A database is a computer program that is designed to help in the management of data and information. So what is data? Data are pieces of information that by themselves are usually meaningless. For instance, if I were to say the number 7, just by stating that number, you really have no idea what I'm talking about. I could just be giving the name of the shape of the numeral itself, or I could be describing the number of bushels of apples that I have. So data is just one piece of information that by themselves are usually meaningless. Information, on the other hand, is knowledge that we learn when bits of data are related together in a way that makes sense to us as humans. So it's knowledge that we learn from related bits of data. So we can use spreadsheets to manage data, so why use a database? Why not just use a spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets or Apple Numbers? Spreadsheets work best with small sets of data that need to be analyzed, and they're great with simple relationships among the data. Think, for example, of a customer list or a spreadsheet that would contain the names and addresses of all employees. All of that data together is very simple, and there's really not a lot of question about what that data means. But if you have a large company and you have data being collected from all over the world through sales, then the data gets more complex and the relationships are more complex, and we need something bigger than a spreadsheet to handle that type of data. Spreadsheets also work best in single user mode. What I mean by this is that if you build a spreadsheet, then the person who's putting the numbers in and the person who is building the formulas, these need to be knowledgeable people about what type of data goes in each cell and which cells are going to be used in performing calculations. If you have multiple users, then you can run into data corruption. Now, more and more, we're beginning to see Microsoft Excel especially become a spreadsheet where multiple people can use the spreadsheet at one time. But this is still in development. And spreadsheets today work best when there's only one person using the spreadsheet at a time. Now let's look at databases. Databases help us analyze large and complex relationships among data. Databases help meet the needs of a growing business, while a spreadsheet may help with a small company just getting started. A database can grow and expand as the business grows. Databases improve security of the data and information that is found there in the database. And most of all, databases enables many people to work with the data at the same time. So why use Microsoft Access? Well, first of all, Access has all the features for learning how to manage databases. So if you're going to learn, it's best to start learning on Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is a fully contained relational database management system. Now that says a lot right there. Notice the phrase, the Relational Database Management System, the RDBMS. It's a relational database management system that is all self-contained, and this makes it a great tool for working especially with small businesses and for learning database management in schools. Access uses SQL. Sometimes people look at SQL and pronounce it SQL. It stands for the Structured Query Language, which is the most important language used in any major database management system. If you can learn SQL, then you can operate just about any enterprise level database management system. But you can start learning it here in Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is also listed as number 7 on the list of top 10 database skill sets for IT career seekers. Now, of course, the number 1 would be database skills for Oracle, and then under that would be Microsoft SQL Server. But Microsoft Access is in the top 10 of all of the skill sets listed for those who are seeking IT careers in the database field. And this is according to the itcareersuccess.com website in a survey that they took. Microsoft Access also has a very high usage among small businesses. And as we know, small businesses hire more people than large businesses. So if you're looking to get into the database management field, then your chances of getting started are better by learning Microsoft Access and then getting started with a small business. And lastly, Microsoft Access is part of the Microsoft Office suite. All of those programs that you're learning, like Microsoft Word and Excel and PowerPoint, all of those programs use a ribbon. They all have the backstage feature. They all have a similar way of working with the program, and Microsoft Access is very similar to all of those other programs. So pretty much if you can navigate around inside of Microsoft Word and get around in Microsoft Excel, then you can get around in Microsoft Access. So being part of the Microsoft Office suite means that if you can learn Microsoft Office Access and get certified with the MOS certification in Access, then this is going to help you get a career with a company who's going to be also using Microsoft Office and needing employees who have database skills.